Hi everyone, I'm going to do a review of some of the basics in PubMed, but just wanted to remind you that there were a couple of classes recently, um, Monday, March 30th, and Wednesday, April 1st. I did go over this, and these classes were video or recorded on Zoom. So just if you happen to miss those lectures, some of this might not make as much sense. So definitely make sure that you have, if you didn't attend, the classes that you watch um, the recordings that are on Sakai. Anyway, so to get to PubMed being the free public version of Medline, clicking through the database's links here on the library's website. So I'm clicking on P, scrolling down and making sure that I always access PubMed through the Ithaca College Library website so that I can be sure to get access to all of the full text that's available through Ithaca College. So if I were to do a quick search right now on hearing loss, I could just do a quick search on hearing loss, and I could say and children, and do a simple keyword search like this. Really basic. Click search, and I'm going to get a number of results. Obviously, it wasn't a super great search. Over 25,000, and there are over 25 million records in PubMed, just as an FYI. Anyway, so if I do a super simple, quick keyword search, like hearing loss in children, I'm going to get a number of results. I can, over here on the left, start to limit things if I want to. There are some additional filters as well that aren't showing by default, but if I wanted to look at sex or ages, for example, I can show those as well. And then within ages, I can customize this further. So just to point out that there are lots of other age categories, and that can be really helpful to know about this feature, because in speech language pathology and audiology, you often are looking at a particular age group, and it's one way to define your PICO patient element of your research topic. Same thing here, I can customize publication dates and article types as well. And this is really important, the article types. This is where you can get in and start to look at some of the interesting evidence-based research methods that we've talked about, like meta-analysis, randomized controlled trial, or the systematic review. And by default, those are not shown. So you can go in and customize those limits, and then you can select, for example, the RCTs. So if we wanted to find the therapy or intervention studies about hearing loss in children, we could limit to RCT, and now I have a much smaller set of articles. By default, it's just giving us this quick snapshot of each record, so we can see the title of the article, the authors, the journal that it's published in, the year, the DOI, which we've talked about, so on and so forth. I can change the view right up here where it says Format Summary. I can change this to Abstract. And when I change the view to Abstract, we'll get more information about each record. Oops, I think I clicked on an article and I did not mean to. So the view right now is Abstract. And so when I scroll down, you'll see that there's much more information available. So for example, here's the full abstract for this first article. A little bit further down, you'll see the Get It link, which is the Ithaca College link. So if I click on this, it might take us to the full text of the article. And if we don't have the article online full text, it'll ask us to order it through interlibrary loan. So it seems like, it looks like we do have this through Elsevier. And so I could click on this to then get to the full text of the record. I'm not going to log in because I'm just not going to waste the time to do that. But going back to the search, these results for this first particular article, so the Get It link is there. There's also often a publisher's link, and sometimes if there's no Get It link, you will very likely see the publisher's link, and often that will take you to the full text also. Not always, but sometimes, so it's worth trying. Here's another one with Elsevier and a Get It link. Different publisher, but yeah, sometimes when we click on the Get It link, we won't actually get to the article, so then go back and try the Sage publisher link or whichever link is there. Anyway, looking at this first one again, I just wanted to also mention that below the Get It link is right here, it says publication type and mesh terms. So just taking a quick look at the record, there's this field here that says publication type randomized controlled trial. And that makes sense because I limited to publication type up here under article types. But then what I wanted to mention is that this area here, these are the MESH terms. MESH stands for medical subject heading. I'm going to make another video that focuses on the MESH terms, but I did just want to point out that these terms are really similar or identical to the hashtag or subject terms that we were seeing in the EBSCO databases. So, for example, this particular article has these several MESH terms, and you'll see that they're listed in alphabetical order. But what's specific or unique to some of these MESH terms is that there's an asterisk at the end of some of these. And that means that those terms, these three concepts, are considered major concepts, or they are a focus or the focus of the article. So that can sort of help just to quickly look at that. It'll give you a sense of what the article is about. It's about education and mainstreaming it. It's about psychological resilience. Those are the major concepts. So that can be really helpful to know. That's all I'm going to say as far as doing a really quick keyword search in PubMed. Okay, thanks.